Hey everyone, so today what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at what my initial plans are for the Abernathy Farms settlement build. So initially, if you watched my first creative idea video, you saw that I had all of my stuff pushed all the way out to the max settlement edge there. I'm using the settlements extended mod, and I completely forgot that there's a spawn point basically where I'm standing, and that was about 20 feet inside of my defenses and inside of my build initially. So I took that Nuka World archway, pushed it way back up here, and then I was going to plan on utilizing these Nuka World stone walls. And I thought that'd be pretty easy because they do come in quite large chunks, so it would limit the amount of walls I would have to push down and how much time that would take. But the joke was on me because as I tried to place them down, they just refused to turn green, no matter which direction I turned, no matter where I ran around. And on the PS4, at least the Place Anywhere tool that I know of on PS4, it's great to use, but you have to initially put down the item or the object first, at least once, initially. And then you can attach that little Place Anywhere post to it, and then you can do whatever you want. You can push it into the ground, push it into other objects, but again, it needs that first initial placement, and I was just unable to get it to agree to do that, so I had to scrap that idea. And then I had a somewhat creative idea hit me. I thought, what if I took all of these Nuka-Cola, these gigantic oversized Nuka-Cola bottles, since this is going to be a Nuka-Cola themed settlement build, it's going to be almost like a farmer's market. What if I just used all of these, pushed them together, side by side, and made a wall, a settlement wall, utilizing those. They are a little pear-shaped, so I knew that there probably would be a small gap in between each, so I thought maybe I could use the Nuka World rocket displays, since they are a little smaller and they're still thin, as a gap fill. So I just jumped ahead a little bit in the video, and you can see now that I have completed the wall all the way around, connecting it to that Abernathy farm building in the back, utilizing all different kinds of Nuka-Cola bottles. And then I've placed these, like I said, Nuka World rocket displays in between in order to fill the gaps, to keep this as still as one continuous wall. So that way no enemies or anybody can get in. I try to mix up the flavors of Nuka-Cola bottles I use, because they do have different colors they give off, so that way to make it look not uniformal and more creative, I guess. I still really like this Nuka World gate they give you. I put it into the ground a little bit just so it wasn't so tall. Now jumping ahead even farther, you can see I've completed a lot of the defenses. I've placed some scaffolding so I can place some machine gun turrets facing all the different typical enemy spawn points. And then through the tops of the Nuka-Cola bottles there, you could see a little bit of the interior platforms that I'm creating. You can also see my entryway now fully finished with machine gun turrets, a little bit of decorations, and a fully functioning gate. I forgot I have switches on both sides, so I have to switch this guy off first. Now I'm able to shut it. As you can see, defenses, a little bit of design and decorations, as well as that gate to close down when I feel like it. Now, I haven't put all my support beams or posts up yet. I just kind of wanted to get a better idea of the feel, the layout here, so I haven't pushed all those down yet. But my idea for this section right here is I'm going to put a slightly raised platform. I'm going to keep that height, ceiling height there, but I'm going to put a slightly raised platform so I can put a big bar area, a like a hangout spot, maybe some bathrooms, and a mini arcade. And then on the second level, just like the first level, I don't have all the support beams up yet. I just wanted to get an idea of which ones I could use. But the idea for this section is going to be the shops. So since it is going to be a sort of farmer's market, I don't want, 4 or 5 gun dealers, 4 or 5 armor dealers. I want it to be mostly food and clothing, with maybe a single arms and a single armor dealer and a single gun dealer. And then because it is going to be a farmer's market with like food and items like that, there's got to be food. So this top level is going to be where I put all my planter boxes. Most likely going to use just a lot of smaller plants like corn and carrot and potato. Probably not nut trees or anything like that, just because those don't really make sense inside of those small little shallow planters. Here you can get a little better idea of these Nuka Cola bottles that I used. Like I said, I try to vary the flavors I used. That way the coloring looks a little more creative on the wall. Now I had initially, before I put those Nuka Cola bottles up, I had initially had a smaller wall, and so I had these machine gun turrets right there at the top of the edge of the building, overlooking that. That was acting as a defense, but now that the Nuka Cola bottles are there, I'll probably end up taking those out. They just don't make sense, they're not usable anymore. I have more machine gun turrets like you saw in the beginning of this part, facing that direction because there is a spawn point over there. And that's pretty much it. So hopefully I'm able to get all this accomplished. The next video will show you a lot more in detail. I should have all the support beams up in the beginning of the look of my farmer's market, and then there'll be one last final video after that. So hope you guys are looking forward to it. I know I am.